Hi, my name is Grace Baroni, and welcome to Conversations with the ERC5. Today, I'm delighted to have with us Joe Piccuirro from Three Guys Catering. Joe, welcome to the podcast.
Nice to be here.
It's great to have you with us. So I love to talk about food, so this is wonderful.
Food's my life.
Let's talk about catering. What led you to catering? Because I know you're a businessman. You've been in business in other ways, but how did this passion for food come along?
Well, I started cooking at 12. My father had a small catering business, and, you know, he says I volunteered, not really. But it became a passion early on, and then I went on to college and to a number of other businesses. And then about 15 years ago, I had joined the Knights of Columbus over in East Long Meadow.
Yes.
And they always had special functions going on, and they were always like, can you cook for free and all this? And I'm like, yeah, I love cooking. So we did that for a while, and then, I was talking to my other partners at the time, and I said, everybody loves our food, and we do this for nothing. Why don't we make some business cards, open an LLC, hand them out? You never know. And we got bigger and bigger and bigger.
And here you are.
We joined the ERC5, and Nancy Connor, who was the president at the time, she was great. She recommended us to everybody, and she really did. Then we did the 125th anniversary for the town of East Long Meadow, which was a major event. And that went really well. And from that point on, we were really, really busy up till COVID. And during COVID, we actually did 9 straight weeks of feeding seniors in a car line. Wow. We would start the car line at about noon. They would start lining up at 10 o'clock in the morning. And it was such a great thing because it was the only interaction that the seniors had with each other. And they'd actually get out of the car and go over to the next car and talk. And we would hand out for free 200 dinners every Thursday afternoon.
That's amazing. That's a wonderful thing you did.
And we did that for 9 straight weeks, and then things started loosening up with restrictions and stuff like that. But, it was just such a great event that every Thursday, each Thursday, the cars would get earlier and earlier because everybody wanted to be first online, and the other part, and we did kind of run out at 200, so everybody wanted to make sure they got their meal, and it was one of the better times of the pandemic.
Yeah. Well, and that's a beautiful thing because for some of those folks, as you said, the interaction with someone else, and you were providing a meal.
Right. It became a social event.
That's let's not forget that. That was wonderful. And so here you are now, still catering.
You're
catering.
Going
strong. What are your favorite events to cater?
My favorite events are the weddings, obviously. I start that conversation with the mother and father of the bride and groom by saying, there's only 2 things that people are going to remember about your wedding. They're going to remember what the bride looked like and how was the food. That's it. The groom, he gets no respect. It's true. And it's true. It's all about the bride. People will talk about, oh, was she so gorgeous and beautiful? And the next thing they talk about is the food. And if the food's not good, they'll talk bad. So the food always has to be perfect. So it's kind of, every wedding we do is kind of like the Super Bowl, right early in the morning. We're like, all right, guys, can't miss a beat today. Everything's got to be perfect. And we're pretty successful at doing it.
That's fantastic. You also, though, you've catered a lot of events for some of our nonprofits within the chamber and some of our businesses as well.
Yeah, we do we do a lot of fundraisers. We're actually doing a fundraiser September 13th for the YMCA in Wilbraham. That's going to be a dinner dance. And we try to give back. we feel blessed that we are successful, and so any chance that I can give something back, I'm the first guy to raise my hand and say, "All right, come on, let's do this. Let's get this done." And we do all kinds of office parties. We do birthdays. We do a lot of funerals. We did a lot of funerals over the last few years. We get high recommendations from the funeral homes because our motto is, the most trusted caterer in the area. Now, that's not braggadocio. That makes us be the best, okay? Because we got to live to that slogan, and I tell all the employees all the time, that's our slogan, and that's what we have to live to. So everything always has to be right. And so far so good.
It's working.
So far so good.
That's fantastic, and we're grateful for your openness to giving back to the community and working with our nonprofits and so forth. So I'm looking to cater an event, is there a minimum of how many people I have to have? Where do we start?
I'm delivering on this Friday, 2 days from now, to 10 people.
Okay.
So
you can do small dinner parties as well.
No, every party and every event is special to that person.
Yes.
Okay, no matter how small or how big. Okay, and when they call me, we just look at the event and say it's special to that person who just took the time to call us. So we have to deliver, and this is for a gentleman's 80th birthday, which I love to do. We actually did last year 2 100 and birthday parties,
yes.
And I got to go out and meet both of the different people at different events, and it was amazing just to sit there and talk to them and to understand that this person's been alive for 100 years, and both of them, I think they were in better health than me. I was like sitting there talking, and then I'm like, yeah, they're way ahead of me, but they're sharper than I am.
So can we talk about something that I've been noticing? I stopped in at a brewery to see what was happening and so forth, and I learned that your catering, your food is on the menu there. So tell us a little bit about that, because I understand that's happening more often.
The brewery developments have left-out kitchens. That's the model. All right. So most breweries, the bigger ones, bring in food trucks and have them in the parking lot and stuff like that. Scrantic River, new in town, they have an agreement with Perfumes to provide them an appetizers list Tuesday through Saturday. But Perfumes is closed on Sunday, so they had contacted me and said, "Do you have a food truck?" And I said, "No, I'm not a food truck guy." I said, "But what I can do, so that you guys, can build a business, is that we'll go over there with a flat grill and basically give you the same food would be coming out of a food truck, because the food truck operates off a flat grill. And, I'll give you 5 or 6 items on a menu, and we'll be over here every Sunday afternoon. We start around 12:30, 12:45. We're usually done by 6:30. And, we do sliders, we do chicken tenders, we do pulled pork sandwiches. Our pulled pork is one of the best sandwiches around. Really is good. The people really enjoy it. I do it more to meet clientele, because I'll get up and I'll walk to the tables and talk to them about did they like their sandwich or their meal, and give them a card and tell them that I'm really a bigger caterer. So it helps with business-wise. And
is that something that you see yourself doing more of? Like,
Well,
partnering with
where it's leading to, and the reason that I really did this, okay, where it's leading to is these facilities are great facilities for banquets, for parties, for weddings, for fundraisers.
Okay.
Okay.
so there's synergy there between the both of you.
You know, like especially the smaller ones, they have a lot of downtime. Okay, a brewery like on a Tuesday, on a Wednesday, even a Saturday night. Saturday night in Wilbraham is kind of hard place to do business. So what I've suggested with Scantic River is allow me to rent your hall, to rent your place, and we've now got an agreement on that. It'll be a great place to do a bridal on a Sunday morning, or you know. They're not going to open, you know, the full facility till 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So if you want to do a brunch at 9 o'clock to 1 or something like that, it's a great place to do a bridal. It's a great place to do a birthday party on a Saturday night, or even a sports banquet.
Yeah.
Because they're willing to shut the place down and rent it out. And the bigger breweries, they've already incorporated this into their businesses and have rooms, you know, like up in Deerfield Treehouse, they have their own catering rooms, but they don't have no catering. So we were contacted by a person who's doing a very big celebration of life this Sunday, and asked if we would go up there and cater it, and I said, of course I will. And it's just a really good avenue for caterers to, you know, be able to rent, you know, a hall, you know, that has some uniqueness to it.
Yeah,
you know
it's a
what I
little
mean?
different than what we would normally expect, but that's a
Right.
great idea.
Yeah.
Very creative of you.
Thank you.
So for our audience that's listening, be it someone who's planning a wedding or an anniversary celebration, or maybe some of the breweries in the area who might need your services, what is the best way for them to get in touch with you?
People generally do not like to call, but it's the best for me because at least they can start a conversation. But they can reach us at threeguyscaterers.com.
Okay.
By email, and they can text the actual phone number that's online is my cell phone, so they can actually just text me
Okay.
directly on that line, and I pick it up that way. And for the most part, you know, when we start, as soon as I engage in a conversation, you know, I want to make that customer understand that we'll take care of everything. So, because there's a lot of angst when you're throwing a party,
Yeah.
no matter what kind of party it is, especially a wedding. So immediately in the first phone call, I try to comfort them and say, look, we're really good at what we do, and we are
They're
good.
your priority.
We are good because you, this is your event. This isn't my event. This is your event, and this is the most important thing in the world to you. So we look at it that way. Each and every event becomes the 10-person party Friday. It's the most important event to this woman. It's the most important event to me.
To you. That's
Okay,
wonderful.
so that kind of breaks the ice. Then you get into, you know, what type of an event, how many people, menu.
So they've got to call you,
Calling,
and then
calling
we can
it-
get this
call-
all
calling,
rolling
Calling is the best because
so that you create the perfect event that's a
Right.
reflection
right
of
right.
them and what they're looking for.
Right, and as far as, you know, going online, seeing menus and stuff like that, we cook A to Z. I've done German, Japanese, Hungarian. What I found early on in life is that no matter what the cuisine, there's always a basis of the same thing.
Yes.
Okay, you just have to relate it to what you do, you know, 100 times,
Right.
and bring it to that.
Make it happen.
We were called in an emergency situation to do a German night, and my partner at the time said to me, "What do we know about German food?" And I said, They're going to want Wiener Schnitzel. They're gonna want Sauerbraten, and they're going to want knackwurst. I said, that's what they're going to want. We went in it. That's what they wanted. So as we were talking, I said, we got it. No problem.
So another successful event with Three Guys Catering.
Well, the bottom line is that Wiener Schnitzel, we cooked 1 million cutlets, and it's just pounding out pork or veal and using plain breadcrumbs instead of Italian bread. So, I mean, that's the point. The point is that when you really break down the differences, there's always a strong resemblance of what you always do.
I wish we had more time because I'd like to hear your thoughts on some other international favorites. But our viewers can give you a call and learn more from you firsthand. Thank you so much for making time to join us today. Greatly appreciate that.
It was fun.
Thank you, Joe. And thank you to you for watching Conversations with the ERC5. If you would like to be our next guest on the podcast here at Stonegate Studios in Wilbraham, go to our website, erc5.com, and you can sign up there.